Darkness stretched across the distant nebula, broken only by flickering stars and drifting debris. The human exploration ship, Endeavour, glided silently, its lights reflecting off jagged asteroid fields. Captain Mara leaned over the control panel. Eyes sharp, sensors are picking up movement, she whispered. Her crew froze, listening to the faint hum of alien energy signatures. Could it be another mining ship? Lieutenant Jacques asked, trying to keep his voice calm. Mara shook her head slowly. No, this is different. The readings are too precise, too organized. Outside the viewport, shapes appeared sleek, metallic, and menacing. Alien ships, far larger than the human small vessel, cut through space with terrifying speed. There, armor glinted, reflecting distant starlight, and strange, glowing symbols pulsed across their hulls. They're coming closer, said Tira, the ship's engineer. Her fingers trembled over the control panel. Weapons are online, but we're outnumbered. Mara didn't flinch. We've faced worse, she said quietly, though her jaw tightened. She knew these aliens saw humans as weak, simple creatures who couldn't survive long in the vastness of space. But humans had one thing aliens often underestimated: unpredictability. A sudden jolt rocked the Endeavour. Alarms blared. Impact! Shouted Jax. The ship shuddered under a beam of energy. Sparks flew across the control room. The alien ships had attacked. We need evasive maneuvers, Mara barked. The crew scrambled. The small ship twisted through the asteroid field, ducking behind massive rocks, ducking alien lasers that sizzled past their hull. Captain, they're adapting, Tira shouted. They're following our patterns, Mara's mind raced. Then we give them a new pattern. Jax, left thrusters full power. Tira, initiate decoy drones. The small drones shot out from the ship, spinning into the asteroid field. Alien sensors locked onto them instantly. The alien ships altered their course. Mara's lips curved into a thin smile. Now. The Endeavour surged in a sharp arc, slipping past the aliens while they focused on the drones. One alien ship veered too close to a spinning asteroid and collided. Explosion lights the nebula, brief and blinding. The crew gasped. Even in the heat of battle, a sense of thrill pulsed through them. Humans had survived worse. Humans had ingenuity. Not bad for humans, a distorted alien voice echoed over the comms. But you cannot escape. Mara pressed her lips together. They're smart, but overconfident, she muttered. Turning to her crew, she said, we don't just survive, we fight back. Prepare for the next move. As the alien ships regrouped, one of them detached from the main formation and headed straight for the Endeavour. Its weapon systems glowed brighter, energy crackling across its hull. Jack swallowed. They're not backing down. Mara's eyes narrowed. Good. That's exactly what we want. The humans activated the ship's emergency cloaking system, a risky move no one had dared before. The Endeavour shimmered and disappeared from alien sensors, leaving the pursuing ship confused. Now we strike, Mara said, her voice calm but firm. Tira, lock the energy pulse. Jax, aim for the ship's core. The humans' small weapons systems weren't strong enough to destroy an alien ship outright, but they could disable key engines. The alien ship passed blindly, thinking they were still hiding. At the last moment, the humans fired. Energy lances hit the alien core, sparks and smoke erupting. The ship wobbled uncontrollably before drifting into the dark void. The crew erupted in cheers, but Mara stayed silent, scanning for more threats. This isn't over, she said. They will regroup, they always do. A new blip appeared on the sensors, larger formation, more ships than before. Tira groaned. I think they brought reinforcements. Mara's eyes didn't leave the screen. Let them come. They think humans are easy prey. They think they've won. That's their first mistake, but Captain. Jax began, uncertainty creeping into his voice. Mara cut him off gently. We don't just say, "We've got this." We prove it. Remember that. The alien ships were closing in, faster this time. Explosions from distant asteroid collisions lit the battlefield like fireworks. The Endeavor weaved, dodged, and countered, the humans' small size and speed giving them a surprising advantage. Every move was calculated, yet unpredictable. Suddenly, the comms crackled. A deep, commanding alien voice boomed. Humans, you are more capable than we expected. But this game is not over. Mara straightened, gripping the console. Then the game continues, she said. As the human ship disappeared into a thick cluster of asteroids, the alien fleet hesitated. They had never encountered such tactics, never faced such determination, never seen humans survive so cleverly. Inside the Endeavor, the crew took a collective breath. Tira wiped sweat from her brow. I didn't think we'd make it, she admitted. Mara gave a small smile. Neither did they. That's why we fight. That's why humans endure. They will learn, but by then, we'll be ready for anything. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. Shadows of alien ships lingered, watching the humans slip through. But one thing was clear. These humans were not just surviving. They were proving something. Something the universe could not ignore. The nebula's darkness swallowed the ship once more, but its lights flickered boldly, like a heartbeat in the void. The story of survival, courage, and cunning had begun, and it was only the start. The Endeavor slipped silently through the asteroid field, its small engines barely making a sound. Captain Mara leaned over the console, eyes scanning the sensors. They're regrouping, she said. More ships this time. We need a plan, and fast. Lieutenant. Jax frowned. They're bigger, faster, and more organized. I don't think we can outrun them. Mara shook her head. We won't run. We fight smart. That's how humans survive. Tira adjusted the ship's systems nervously. Our weapons are limited. If we meet them head-on, we might not make it. Mara looked at her crew. Then we don't meet them head-on. We choose the battlefield. A warning beep echoed through the ship. The alien fleet had entered the outer edge of the asteroid field. Their massive shapes glinted in the dim starlight, energy weapons humming and pulsing. One ship moved closer. Then the rest, its sensors scanning for the humans. Jax swallowed hard. They're looking for us. Mara's voice was calm but sharp. Then let's make ourselves worth finding. She tapped the comms. Tira, deploy the drones. Make a spread pattern. Jax, prepare the main guns on my mark. Outside, small drones darted into the shadows of asteroids, their movements unpredictable. The alien ships hesitated, unsure which target was the real one. Mara's eyes flicked to the radar. Perfect. They've taken the bait. The alien ship charged toward the decoys. Mara gave the order, now. The Endeavor sprang from its hidden position, energy pulses lancing toward the alien hull. Sparks flew as the smaller ship's weapon struck precise targets, engine controls, and weapon bays. The alien vessel shuddered violently. One of the humans cheered. We hit them. Mara held up a hand. Not yet. Keep focused. Another alien ship broke formation, heading directly for the humans. Its energy cannon glowed red, ready to fire. Jax leaned forward. They see us. Mara's eyes narrowed. Let them. We'll make them regret it. She pressed a series of controls. The Endeavor twisted sharply, dodging the first blast. Tira worked rapidly, firing back small targeted shots at the alien shields. The alien ship faltered, momentarily confused. Its massive weapons couldn't track the humans' small, fast movements. Sparks and smoke trailed from its hull as it tried to recalibrate. Keep them busy, Mara said. We have another move. She activated the ship's gravity pulse system, a risky maneuver that could backfire if mistimed. The Endeavor's engines emitted a pulse that created a temporary gravity field, pulling nearby debris and asteroids into the alien fleet. "What is happening?" one alien voice crackled over the comms. "They manipulate the void itself?" Jocks grinned despite the tension. They didn't expect that. Mara's lips curved slightly. "They'll learn, slowly." As the alien ship scrambled, one collided with a large asteroid, its hull cracking and alarms blaring. The rest slowed, trying to avoid the debris. The humans used the confusion to slip deeper into the asteroid maze. "Captain," Tira said, eyes wide, I think we can reach the narrow canyon ahead. If we do, they can't follow us easily." "Good," Mara said. "Take us in." The Endeavor angled sharply and dove into the narrow pass. Massive walls of rock flanked them on both sides, the ship weaving with expert precision. The alien ships hesitated at the entrance, unsure if they could navigate the tight passage without damaging their own hulls. Mara smiled grimly. Sometimes, being small is an advantage. Suddenly, a warning beep echoed through the control room. Sensors showed one alien ship preparing a long-range blast. Jocks leaned closer. "They're trying to hit us from outside." Mara's eyes narrowed. "Then we force them closer." She tapped the communications panel. "Tira, fire decoy pulse to the far end. Make it look like we're escaping." The decoy emitted a false energy signature. The alien ship aimed and fired, hitting empty space. The blast tore through a rock formation, creating a shower of glowing debris that lit the canyon like lightning. Tira laughed nervously. "That's beautiful and terrifying at the same time." Mara's eyes stayed sharp on the sensors. "Keep moving. We're not out of danger yet." The alien fleet tried to navigate the canyon, but one ship scraped against a rock, sparks flying. Another was forced to slow down, giving the humans a small lead. The Endeavor surged forward, weaving expertly between obstacles. "Captain," Jock said, voice tense, "they're adapting." "They'll catch up if we're not careful," Mara nodded. "I know, but humans survive because we don't follow the obvious path. We improvise." "That's what they don't understand." Another alien vessel appeared at the canyon's far end, blocking their path. Its massive energy cannon glowed menacingly. Tira swallowed. "There's no way through, unless what?" Mara prompted. Tira's fingers flew over the controls. "Unless we use the canyon walls to bounce our energy pulses. We can hit the alien ship from the side." Mara's eyes lit up. "Do it." The Endeavor fired a carefully aimed energy pulse at the canyon wall. The beam ricocheted and struck the alien ship's engines. Sparks and fire erupted across its hull. The alien crew shouted in alarm. "We've done it!" Jocks yelled, a mix of relief and excitement in his voice. Mara kept her eyes on the remaining alien ships. One step at a time. They may be strong, but humans are clever. Always. The alien fleet hesitated, clearly shocked. These humans were unpredictable. They survived impossible odds, turned the environment to their advantage, and struck with precision. Tira leaned back, exhaling slowly. I didn't think we'd pull it off, but we did." Mara looked out the viewport at the retreating alien fleet. "This is only the beginning. They'll regroup. They always do, but so will we. Humans don't just survive, they adapt. And when the time comes, we'll prove it again." Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. The nebula glowed faintly, reflecting the damage and chaos left behind. The Endeavor sailed silently through the debris, a small but determined vessel in the vast darkness. "Captain," Jock said softly, "they'll remember this." Mara nodded. "They will, and that's the point. Let them think twice before underestimating humans again." The human ship disappeared into the shadowed reaches of space, leaving the alien fleet to regroup and reconsider. One thing was certain: humans were not just survivors. They were clever, brave, and full of surprises, and the galaxy had only begun to see what they were capable of. The Endeavour drifted silently in the shadow of a massive broken moon. Captain Mira's eyes scanned the sensors, studying the alien fleet's movements. "They're regrouping faster than I expected," she said. Her voice was calm, but her mind raced. "We can't just keep running. We need a trap." Lieutenant Jax leaned forward. "A trap? Here? How do we pull that off without getting destroyed first?" Mara didn't answer immediately. She stared at the holographic display of the asteroid field. "We don't fight them straight on. We use the environment. Every narrow pass, every debris cluster, we turn it into a weapon." Tira, the engineer, tapped nervously on her console. "I can set up decoy drones again, but this time I can make them appear like a much larger fleet. They'll think we have reinforcements waiting." Mara smiled faintly. "Good. Make them think it's a full armada. Timing has to be perfect. One wrong move and we're trapped instead." Outside, the alien fleet approached cautiously. Their sensors had been damaged during the last battle, leaving them wary. One massive warship took point, its engines glowing ominously. "They're leading the charge," Jock said. "They're cautious, but they will come." Mara's eyes gleamed. "Exactly what we want. Lure them in." The humans set the plan into motion. Tiny drones shot out from the Endeavour, scattering in patterns. That suggested dozens of hidden ships. The alien sensors picked up the signals immediately. "Captain," Tira said, "they're slowing down." "They're suspicious but curious." Mara's lips tightened. "Good. Curiosity will be their weakness." The alien leader's voice crackled over the comms. "Humans, we detect an unusually large fleet. Reveal yourselves." Mara leaned back, her hand hovering over the console. "We are as you see, just humans." Her voice was calm, almost casual. The alien fleet hesitated. A mix of confusion and aggression passed over their displays. They debated among themselves, trying to determine if the fleet was real or a trick. "Captain," Jock said, "they're splitting. Their forces. Half will investigate the fleet. The others will follow us." Mara nodded. "Perfect. That's exactly what we want." The humans maneuvered carefully, drawing the smaller portion of the alien fleet deeper into the narrow gaps of the broken moon's surface. Every twist and turn in the rocky maze became part of their trap. "Engage the drone's signal scramble," Mara ordered. "Make them think there are enemy reinforcements everywhere." Outside, lights blinked across the asteroid field. The alien ships moved hesitantly, unsure of the humans' true numbers. One of them tried to fire, but misjudged the distance and struck an asteroid, creating a shower of debris. "They're making mistakes," Tira said, eyes wide. "They think they see more than they do." Mara's lips curved into a slight smile. "They underestimate humans. They always do." Suddenly, an alien warship veered closer, trying to bypass the decoys. "It's suspicious," Jax muttered. "They're coming straight for us." Mara's eyes narrowed. "Then let's show them what happens when they take the bait." She activated the Endeavour's cloaking system. The ship shimmered and vanished from alien sensors. The pursuing alien vessel charged forward, following a false energy trail left by the decoys. At the last second, the humans fired a precise energy pulse at a nearby asteroid, sending it spinning into the alien ship's path. Sparks and fire erupted as it collided. The ship wobbled, alarms blaring. "Yes!" Jock shouted. "Direct hit." Tira's fingers flew across the controls. "2 more pulses and we can trap the rest in this canyon." Mara nodded. "Do it. Now." The Endeavour's energy pulses ricocheted off the canyon walls, creating a deadly corridor for the remaining alien ships. One after another, the alien vessels struggled to avoid collision. Their shields flared, engines overloaded, and some had to retreat entirely. "This is insane," Tira said, her voice shaking with both fear and excitement. "We actually did it." Mara's eyes scanned the holographic map. Not yet. The real challenge is coming. The alien leader isn't foolish. He will realize it's a trap. Soon, just as she spoke, a massive shadow moved at the mouth of the canyon. The alien commander had arrived, a warship larger than any the humans had seen. Its engines glowed brighter than a small sun, and energy weapons crackled with lethal intensity. "Captain," Jox's voice dropped. "That's impossible." Mara's voice was calm but firm. "Nothing is impossible. We adapt. We fight smart. That's why humans survive." The alien ship fired. Massive energy beams tore across the canyon walls, sending showers of rock and debris flying. The Endeavor twisted and dodged, narrowly avoiding. Disaster. Tira's fingers flew. "If we can hit the canyon walls at the right angle, we can redirect their blasts." "It might just work," Mara gave the order. "Do it. Every shot counts." The humans carefully aimed, bouncing energy beams off the canyon walls. Each strike weakened the alien ship's shields, hitting exposed engines and weapon controls. Sparks erupted across the massive hull, and the ship began to falter. The alien commander roared over the comms, anger and frustration in every word. "Humans, impossible, you will pay." Jax leaned back, barely breathing. "They can't believe this is happening." Mara's eyes didn't leave the view screen. "They shouldn't. That's the point. Humans are unpredictable, clever, and fearless. They thought they could intimidate us. Instead, we turned the hunt into a trap." The alien ship finally tried to retreat, struggling against the canyon's deadly corridor and the humans' precise tactics. One last ricocheted energy pulse struck its engines, sending it spiraling into a cluster of rocks. Alarms blared before the ship disappeared from sensors entirely. Tira let out a long breath. We did it. The canyon, we trapped them all." Mara allowed herself a small smile. "For now. The universe isn't done testing humans yet, but we've shown something important today. We don't just survive, we outthink. We prove our strength." Outside, the broken moon's jagged cliffs glowed faintly from the damage left behind. The alien fleet, battered and confused, slowly retreated. They had underestimated humans, and they would remember this lesson. Jax looked at Mara. "They're going to come back. Bigger and stronger." Mara nodded, her gaze steady. "Let them. When they return, humans will be ready. We always are. And we always prove that we are not to be underestimated." The Endeavor slipped deeper into the shadows, silent and small against the vastness of space, yet powerful in cunning and courage. The trap had worked, the humans had survived, and the galaxy had begun to take notice. The Endeavor floated silently in the cold, dark void, its hull streaked with scratches and minor damage from the last battle. Captain Mara studied the sensors intently. "They've lost ships, but they're still coming. They'll be back stronger and angrier," she said. Lieutenant Jox leaned closer. "Do you think they understand yet, that humans aren't weak?" Mara shook her head slowly. "Not fully. They'll feel it soon. But first, we need to survive this next wave." Tira adjusted the ship's energy shields, which flickered under minor stress. "They're scanning all channels now. They're learning from their mistakes." Mara nodded. "Good. Let them learn." "That means they're nervous." A warning beep interrupted their conversation. "Sensors show multiple ships approaching at high speed." Jox exclaimed. "They're coming in a straight assault pattern this time." Mara's hands flew over the console. "All crew positions. This time we don't just evade. We strike back when they least expect it." The alien fleet appeared like shadows in the void, their massive forms outlined against distant stars. They glowed with deadly energy, powerful. Weapons humming in unison. Tira swallowed. "There's no way we can take them head on, not all of them." Mara's voice was steady, almost cold. "We don't need to. We're humans. We find the weakness and hit it, always." Jax pointed at the sensors. Captain, one of their ships is separating from the main group. It's heading straight for us. Mara's eyes narrowed. Let it come. We've faced worse. Humans survive by turning danger into opportunity. The alien ship fired first, beams of energy tearing through space toward the Endeavor. The small vessel twisted sharply, dodging by mere meters. Sparks flew across the control room as minor impacts struck the hull. Tara cried. We can't keep dodging forever. Mara pressed a hand to her shoulder. Then we don't, we use it. The humans activated a series of pulse emitters along the asteroid belt near the canyon edge. Small rocks and debris were electrified, ready to repel the alien ship. As the vessel drew near, it hit the charged rocks, engines sparking and shields faltering. Yes, Jock shouted. It's working. Mara didn't celebrate yet. Keep focused. The others are still out there. The alien commander, now visible on the comms, bellowed, his voice distorted and angry. Humans, you are more clever than we expected. But cleverness alone will not save you. Mara pressed her fingers together, thinking. Cleverness combined with courage does, she said softly. Another alien vessel tried to flank the humans, firing rapid beams through the canyon. Tira calculated angles quickly. If we hit the cliff walls at these points, the beams will ricochet and hit their engines. Jax raised an eyebrow. You're suggesting using the environment as a weapon? Mara's gaze stayed fixed. Exactly. That's what humans do. We adapt, we use what's around us, and we fight smart. With precise coordination, the humans fired small energy pulses at the canyon walls. The beams bounced perfectly, striking alien ships in weak points. Sparks and explosions erupted, throwing the massive vessels into confusion. Captain. There. Shocked, Tira whispered. They didn't expect this. Mara allowed herself a small smile. Humans are always the surprise. They will remember that. The alien commander roared again. Impossible. How do you survive in such numbers? Jax grinned. Because we're humans, sir. The alien fleet regrouped, retreating slightly, trying to reform a coherent attack pattern. But each maneuver was slow. Cautious. They had learned fear. They had learned hesitation. Tira pointed at the sensors. Captain, their main ship is weak now. If we push, we can force them to retreat entirely. Mara nodded, agreed. But we need to make it look like we're risking everything. They have to think victory is still possible, or they'll stop running. The Endeavor angled into the canyon mouth, engines glowing as it moved boldly forward. The humans activated decoy pulses along the walls, creating false energy signatures. Alien ships hesitated, unsure of which targets were real. Jax's voice was tense. They're trapped, aren't they? Mara's eyes gleamed. Exactly. Every move we make is calculated. Every risk has a purpose. Suddenly, a massive energy beam tore through a nearby rock formation, sending fragments flying toward the humans. Tira shouted, "Incoming debris!" The crew ducked and braced. Mara's hands flew over the controls, twisting and turning the Endeavor. To avoid impact, one rock struck the hull, sending a jolt through the ship, but no major damage occurred. Jax laughed nervously. I can't believe this is working. Mara's eyes stayed on the sensors. Believe it. Humans survive against odds others think impossible. That's our power. The alien commander's voice broke over the comms again, frustration clear. Humans, you are not as weak as we assumed. We will withdraw. For now, Mara let out a small breath. For now, but the lesson is learned. They underestimated humans, and that will cost them. Tira leaned back in her chair. I didn't think we'd survive another wave, but we did. We outsmarted them again. Mara glanced at her crew, pride clear in her eyes. It's not luck. It's skill, courage, and teamwork. Humans don't just say, we've got this. We prove it, time and again. The alien ship slowly disappeared into the void, leaving only silence behind. The Endeavor floated among the broken moon and asteroid debris, battered but unbroken. Outside, the stars sparkled like witnesses to the humans' triumph. Jax let out a sigh. They'll come back. But they'll think twice now. Mara nodded. Good, let them. Every time they challenge us, humans prove something new. Survival, strategy, strength, intelligence. We are more than they expect. Tira smiled faintly. And we always will be. The Endeavor slipped into deeper shadows, silent, small, and determined. In the vastness of space, humans had shown they were clever, fearless, and impossible to predict. The galaxy was starting to understand. Underestimating humans was a mistake no one could afford. The Endeavor drifted quietly above the alien mothership, its small engines humming with precision. Captain Mara studied the massive vessel below. This is our chance, she said, eyes sharp. We board, disable their engines, and prove humans can. Take the fight directly to them. Lieutenant Jack swallowed nervously. Board a ship that size? Alone? Against them? Mara's gaze didn't waver. We're not alone. We're humans, and humans are clever, quick, and fearless when needed. Tira adjusted the ship's controls. I've mapped out the least guarded entry point. It's risky, but it's our best shot, Mara nodded. Then we do it. Suit up. Stay focused. Every move counts. The small shuttle detached from the Endeavor and glided toward the alien ship. Its massive hull loomed above them, dark and menacing, glowing with energy pulses. This is insane, Jax muttered under his breath. They'll spot us any second. Mara's lips tightened. They'll try, but humans improvise. Remember that. The shuttle docked quietly in a shadowed hangar, unnoticed by the aliens. The hatch opened, and the crew stepped into narrow corridors of steel and glowing panels. The alien architecture was cold, geometric, and unfamiliar. Tira whispered, I can't believe how big this place is. Stay focused, Mara said. We're here for one reason. Disable their engines and weapons. Nothing else. They moved through the corridors, silent and alert. Alien guards patrolled in pairs, armored and armed. Mara signaled, and the team ducked into shadows, waiting for the right moment. J. Ake single quotes S. hand trembled slightly as he whispered, They're too many. Mara shook her head. Too many doesn't matter if you're smart. Watch and learn. A guard passed directly in front of them. Mara pressed a button, sending a small sonic pulse that disoriented the alien for a few seconds. The team slipped past, unnoticed. Nice trick, Tira said quietly. Mara gave a small smile. Humans survive by thinking ahead. They reached the engine control room. Massive panels of energy and blinking lights stretched across the walls. Jax gulped. How do we even start this? Mara pointed. First, we disable the main power conduit. Tira, can you handle it? Tira nodded, fingers flying over the console. Sparks erupted as she rerouted energy flows, slowly shutting down the alien systems. Warning alarms began to blare across the ship. They know we're here, Jax said, panic in his voice. They're coming. Mara pressed a hand to his shoulder. Good. Let them come. We'll show them humans don't back down. Aliens burst into the room, massive and armored. The humans fought quickly, using the narrow corridors to their advantage. Every strike was precise, every move calculated. Humans were smaller and faster, dodging the heavy attacks of the alien guards. This is unbelievable, Tira muttered. As she jammed another alien's weapon with a well-aimed pulse, Mara's eyes stayed on the energy panel. Keep the corridor blocked. I almost have the main conduit offline. A massive alien lunged at Mara, claws glowing with energy. She twisted to the side, grabbing a loose pipe and using it as a lever, throwing the alien into the wall. Sparks and Energy bursts lit the corridor. JAX ducked another attack. "Captain, this is insane." Mara didn't answer. Her focus was absolute. With a final twist, Tira cut the last connection, shutting down the alien ship's engines and weapon systems. Alarms stopped abruptly. Silence fell. The aliens froze, confused and powerless. The humans stood among the dim glow of the control panels, breathing heavily but victorious. "Did we do it?" Jax asked, awe in his voice. Mara looked around at her. "Crew, we did. Humans adapt, humans fight smart, and humans survive against impossible odds. We've proven it again." Tira wiped sweat from her brow. I can't believe it. We actually did it." Suddenly, a deep, distorted alien voice came. Over the coms, "Humans, you have surprised us. But you are small. You cannot hold this position forever." Mara's eyes narrowed. "We don't need to hold it forever. We just needed to prove one thing. Humans are not weak." Jax chuckled nervously. "They'll probably be terrified to chase us again." Mara allowed herself a small smile. "Good. Let them learn. Every time they underestimate humans, they pay a price. Every time they remember." Tira glanced at the energy panels. "Engines are down, weapons offline. The ship can't follow us. We're safe. For now." Mara nodded. "For now, but the universe doesn't stop testing humans. And neither do we." The team moved back toward the shuttle, carefully avoiding the few remaining alien guards. Each step was tense but controlled. Humans relied on precision, intelligence, and courage, their greatest weapons against stronger enemies. Outside, the Endeavor awaited silently. The humans reboarded their small ship, leaving the disabled alien vessel behind. As the shuttle detached, Mara looked back at the massive ship. "They will remember today. They will know humans are clever, brave, and impossible to predict." Jax leaned back, still breathing heavily. "I don't know how we pulled that off." Mara smiled faintly. "By being humans. That's all it takes. Humans survive. Humans adapt. Humans prove themselves time and again." Tira glanced at the stars. "And the galaxy is starting to see it." The Endeavor glided silently away from the alien ship, leaving a trail of sparks and confusion in the void. Outside, stars glittered like witnesses to human courage, cleverness, and determination. The humans had won another victory, not just by fighting, but by outthinking their enemy at every turn. Jax looked at Mara. "Do you think they'll come back?" Mara's gaze stayed on the stars. "They will, but we'll be ready. Humans don't. Just say, 'We've got this.' We prove it, always." The small ship vanished into the vast darkness, confident, determined, and unstoppable. The lesson had been taught. Humans were not to be underestimated. The Endeavor floated quietly above the damaged alien mothership. Captain Mara's eyes scanned the sensors carefully. "They've lost engines, weapons, and pride," she said. "Now we need to decide our next move. We can't just wait for them to attack again." Lieutenant Jax frowned. "We've already proven humans can outsmart them, but what if they strike back harder? We could be walking into a trap." Mara shook her head. "Humans don't wait for threats to strike. We act, we adapt. We make the impossible possible." Tira adjusted the ship's controls. "I've detected movement on their remaining fleet. They're not attacking yet, but something is happening. It's like they're debating." Mara raised an eyebrow. "Debating? That's interesting. Maybe they're realizing humans aren't easy prey." A holographic comms panel flickered to life, showing a massive alien ship approaching. A distorted, deep voice echoed through the cabin. "Humans, you have defeated us beyond expectation. We acknowledge your skill, but the galaxy is vast. Cooperation may benefit both." Jax blinked. "Cooperation? After everything? Are they surrendering?" Mara's eyes narrowed. "Not surrendering. Negotiating. That's smart. They've learned caution. That's what humans teach. Respect through strength. Tira whispered, "Do we trust them?" Mara shook her head slowly. "We don't, but we don't need to. Humans survive not by trust alone, but by intelligence, strategy, and courage. We use this moment wisely." The alien ship stopped at a safe distance. Energy shields flickered as the crew monitored its movements. "They're serious," Mara said. "They won't attack unless we give them a reason." Jax leaned over the console. "What do we say?" Mara's voice was calm, firm. "We show strength and diplomacy. We make it clear humans are not weak, but we're reasonable. The galaxy isn't ours, but it respects those who survive." The comms opened. Mara's calm voice echoed in alien language, translated by sensors. "We respect life, but humans are not to be underestimated. We do not attack unless forced, but we defend ourselves and our allies. Let us find a way to avoid unnecessary conflict." Silence filled the cabin for tense moments. Then the alien voice returned. "We accept your reasoning. Humans, you are unpredictable, clever, and worthy. We will cease hostilities for now. Perhaps an alliance may form in time." Tira let out a shaky breath. Did they really just offer peace? Mara nodded. They recognized intelligence and courage. That's all humans need. When others underestimate us, we survive. When others respect us, we gain advantage. Jax leaned back, still tense. "So, we just walk away, leave them with their pride wounded?" Mara's eyes swept the stars. "We walk away knowing humans survived, humans proved themselves, and humans made the galaxy remember. That's the victory." Outside, the alien fleet slowly retreated. Engines flickering. Their remaining vessels were battered but intact. Humans had taught them an important lesson. Cunning, courage, and adaptability could not be ignored. Tira watched silently. "They'll think twice before attacking humans again." Mara's voice was quiet but strong. "They will. And the next time they see humans, they'll know they're facing more than strength. They'll be facing intelligence, strategy, and determination." Jax frowned. "Do you think they'll really cooperate in the future?" Mara's gaze stayed on the alien fleet, disappearing into the stars. "Time will tell. But humans survive because we plan, adapt, and prove our value. Cooperation is possible when others see that, but never at the cost of weakness." A warning beep echoed suddenly. Sensors detected unknown vessels emerging from deep space. Jax's eyes widened. "More ships. Are these allies or new enemies?" Mara leaned forward, calm but alert. "Doesn't matter. Humans don't run. Humans assess, adapt, and act. That's how we survive. That's how we prove we've got this." Tira glanced at the control panel. "Our engines are still functional. We can move fast. Strike first if needed." Mara nodded. "Exactly. Humans don't. Wait for opportunity. They create it. Stay ready. Watch every move. And remember, we survive through intelligence, courage, and unity." The Endeavor glided silently among the stars, small yet powerful, determined yet cautious. The galaxy stretched endlessly, full of unknown dangers and possibilities. Humans had proven themselves once again, clever, adaptable, and unyielding. Jax exhaled slowly. "I still can't believe we survived all this. Against all odds, humans actually did it." Mara allowed a faint smile. "We always do. And the lesson is simple. Humans don't just say, 'We've got this.' We prove it, always." Tira nodded, eyes bright. "And now we prepare for the future. No matter what comes, humans will be ready." Mara looked at the stars stretching endlessly before them. "Yes, ready, strong, and unstoppable. The galaxy may test us again, but humans will always prove themselves. That's who we are." The Endeavor disappeared into the vastness of space, leaving behind the humbled alien fleet and a clear message. Humans are clever, fearless, and impossible to underestimate. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson, and humanity had proven its worth once again. The Endeavour floated in the vast silence of deep space, its hull scarred but resilient. Captain Mara's eyes scanned the sensors. "This is it," she said. "The final test. They've learned to respect humans, but respect alone won't end the challenge. We have to prove it fully." Lieutenant Jox's voice trembled slightly. "Do you really think we can handle this?" "They've gathered everything they've got." Mara's gaze was steady. "We're humans. We don't just handle challenges, we turn them into victories. Courage, intelligence, teamwork, those are our weapons, not theirs." Tira leaned over the control panel. "Sensors are picking up a massive fleet. The alien forces we've faced before, multiplied. They're coming together for one final strike." Mara's jaw tightened. "Good, then we'll meet them head-on, but on our terms. Prepare all defenses, and remember, precision beats size." The alien fleet appeared like a river of dark glowing ships, stretching as far as sensors could detect. Energy pulses lit the void, a warning of the power they commanded. Jock swallowed. "They'll crush us if we try a direct fight." Mara shook her head. "Not if we fight smart. Humans are clever, unpredictable, and fearless. We create opportunity in every danger." The Endeavour moved toward the center of the approaching fleet, using its small size and agility to weave between massive alien vessels. Mara activated decoy signals, making the ship appear in multiple places at once. "They're confused," Tira said. "They can't track us properly." Mara nodded. "Exactly. Humans survive because we think ahead. Let's turn confusion into advantage." One of the alien command ships tried to fire directly, energy beams cutting paths through the stars. The humans dodged, using narrow asteroid clusters to shield themselves. Mara's hands moved like lightning over the controls. "We can't keep dodging forever," Jock said. "We don't need to," Mara replied. "We create openings. Watch closely." The humans launched a series of precise energy pulses, bouncing them off asteroids and debris, hitting alien ships in weak points. Explosions erupted across the fleet, causing confusion and disarray. "They're losing formation." Tira shouted. "Our pulses! They're working!" Mara's eyes glimmered. "Humans don't just survive by strength. We survive by being clever. Every strike counts. Every move matters." Suddenly, a massive alien warship attempted a direct assault on the Endeavour. Its weapons fired in rapid succession, each blast threatening to tear the ship apart. "Hold steady," Mara commanded. "Jox, guide the energy pulses." "Tira, overload their sensors. Make them hesitate." The humans worked in perfect sync. Pulses ricocheted, blinding the alien sensors. Sparks flew as the warship's systems overloaded. It veered out of control, crashing into another alien vessel. "Yes," Jox yelled. "Direct hit." Mara's voice remained calm. "Stay focused. This is far from over." The remaining alien fleet regrouped but moved cautiously, unsure of human tactics. Mara seized the opportunity. "Deploy boarding drones," she ordered. "Target their key ships. Disable their weapons and engines." Tiny drones zipped out, attaching to alien hulls. Explosions erupted from critical points, and one by one, alien vessels lost power. The once mighty fleet slowed, confusion. Turning to panic.tir, I leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. "They can't believe this is happening. We're winning." Mara's gaze was unwavering. "Humans win because we adapt. Humans win because we are fearless. We prove what others think impossible." The alien commander appeared on the comms voice. Distorted but filled with anger and awe. "Humans, you are remarkable. We underestimated you. The galaxy will remember this." Jox let out a laugh, relief breaking through. "They actually admit it." Mara smiled faintly. "Recognition. is part of survival. We didn't just defeat them, we showed the galaxy humans are clever, brave, and unstoppable. Tira glanced at the sensors. Most of their fleet is disabled. Retreating, they're leaving. Good, Mara said. Let them. Humans don't destroy recklessly. We prove strength with strategy, courage with intelligence. The Endeavor glided past the crippled alien fleet, small and agile but victorious. Outside, stars glittered like silent witnesses to humanity's triumph. Jox exhaled. Do you think they'll attack us again? Mara shook her head. Not easily. Every time humans survive, we teach lessons others can't forget. Strength is not just in weapons or numbers, it's in the mind, the heart, and unity. Tira looked out at the retreating fleet. They'll remember. The galaxy will remember humans. Mara turned her gaze to the stars, stretching endlessly before them. Yes, and humans will continue to prove it. We don't just say we've got this, we prove it, always. The Endeavor slipped silently into the void, battered yet unbeaten, leaving a clear message for all who might challenge humanity. Cleverness, courage, and determination are forces that cannot be underestimated. The crew of the Endeavor sat together, exhausted but proud. They had faced impossible odds, survived countless attacks, and emerged victorious through intelligence, unity, and sheer human will. Jax smiled faintly. So, humans really are unstoppable, huh? Mara laughed softly. Not because we are perfect. Jox, humans are unstoppable because we never give up, we think, we adapt, and we act when others hesitate. That's the difference, Tira nodded. And the universe will know it now. The Endeavor glided deeper into space, silent but powerful, carrying humanity's mark on the galaxy. Wherever danger appeared, wherever odds seemed impossible, humans would rise, adapt, and prove themselves again and again. The final lesson was clear. Underestimate humans at your own peril.